we go. Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The Far Side. You ready for the Far Side?
I'm in the Far Side.
You're in the Far
Let's
Side.
Go.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah,
I like that. Fun. Let's go.
let's do it.
Faster.
Are you on high alert?
For what? High alert for the coffee being made in the back?
No. Producer Emily over there.
What's wrong with high alert? What happened?
The Oscar nominations came out today.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And she's
Okay.
not feeling it.
Gosh, I'm trying to get back into it. I never missed an Oscar. For some reason, it kind of died out. I don't know who it was.
I couldn't agree with you more. I used to, well, the big difference
Live and
is
die with it.
I
Yeah.
used to see the movies that were nominated, and now I
Is that
don't.
it? Because of the pandemic?
Maybe it's the
Or
pandemic.
did the show?
How often do you go to the movies?
I used to go, man, all the time.
Once a week?
Twice a week.
Twice a
3
week.
times
Okay,
a week.
so-
I
oh,
love
so you
going
went to the movies a lot.
I love movies. I used to love going to the movies.
too.
I love the smell of popcorn.
Sure.
Nachos.
Sure.
I can't say it's the diet. Maybe it was
We come
the
to
pandemic.
this place for magic.
Say again?
I said we come to this place for magic.
Big time.
Going to the
Love it.
Going to the movies is fun.
Yes.
And I was never a twice a week guy, but I used to be a twice a month guy. I used to go to the movies before kids kind of started. Then I only saw Pixar movies, and then we kind of started the downward spiral from there.
That's the 2 or 3 times a week because I got to go
And
see
movies
with
are
them, and
longer
then I want
now.
to see the stuff I want to see.
Yeah.
all the blood and guts stuff. But
the good stuff.
So let me give you guys the best.
I saw the. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I saw the nominations came out this morning. I didn't see what was nominated, but I saw Oscar nominations are in. I'm like,
Here we
oh
go.
boy,
Wait,
buckle up.
Can you do me a favor? Are you a big fan of the show? Because I don't want to Google this.
I do love the show of the
Okay,
Oscars.
go backwards. The last 5 hosts. I'm trying to see when I lost
So
interest.
let me pull it up.
Do you remember the last 5 hosts?
Look, in my mind, Johnny
We had Jimmy
Carson
Fallon.
still
In fact,
hosts the
not Jimmy
Oscars.
Fallon.
Jimmy Kimmel, I do like.
Kimmel was good.
Kimmel, I think, is very good.
I didn't drop off with James Franco, did I? And Anne Hathaway.
You probably did. Everyone
Maybe
else
I did. Where did Will Smith slap
So
Chris
here,
Rock?
okay.
Was
let
that
me.
the Oscars?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
So let me
then,
tell
yeah.
you that because I have
Okay.
the answer to it. So it was when Regina Hall, Amy Schumer, and Wanda Sykes were hosting that one, and that's when the slap happened.
Okay.
So here are the last couple Oscar
See,
hosts.
I would have totally missed that one.
It's Jimmy.
Don't even remember that ever happened.
Jimmy Kimmel, then
Good.
Regina.
Thumbs up.
In 2023, 2022, Regina Hall, Amy Schumer, Wanda Sykes.
No
Then
recollection.
21, 2019, no host.
Okay.
And then Jimmy Kimmel,
19.
Chris Rock, Neil Patrick Harris.
That's about where I dropped
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been that long. Okay, well,
Is
I'm
it
excited.
host driven for you? It's not. It's not for me. It's
Conan
if
this
I
year,
know
right?
the
It's
movies or
movies
not.
driven, yeah.
Yeah.
Movies driven, but I don't know. I used to be all into it. Now I'm not.
Yeah,
I
I'm-
used to have
I'm-
Oscar parties. I don't have those anymore.
Oh yeah.
Not even on the radar. We used to love this. We used to have the whole sheets and.
Because
Oh,
it's
you
fun.
did like
it's,
your
it's-
it was like a
nominations?
Super Bowl pool.
It's
Absolutely.
almost it's
Yeah.
a month after the Super Bowl, so it's almost a similar party where the people who didn't like the Super Bowl probably liked the Oscars,
Yeah.
and like vice versa. So you had the same people over. You did 2 different
We
parties,
had people would
2
come back for
different
2
genres.
weeks.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing. Yeah.
Well, regardless, do you guys want to hear what the Best Picture nominations
Please.
are? Okay.
Yes.
So we have Honora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked.
All the movies you haven't seen. That's what you're counting.
So how many movies are nominated?
10.
10. I have not even heard of 6 of them.
What 4 do you know?
And
That's
of
interesting.
the other 4 that I have heard of,
Okay.
I've seen none of them.
I think part of our like knowing what the movies are was going to the movies and seeing the posters.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
Now that we don't have that, it's not top of mind.
Oh,
Or
those
even the
10 movies
previews.
that she listed, how many of them have you seen?
One.
Did you see Wicked?
I didn't see Wicked.
So
My
Dune?
kid did.
What-
I saw Dune, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you've seen 1 of the 10.
Yep.
I've seen 0 of the 10.
And I
Congrats,
couldn't tell
guys.
you who's in what. Yeah.
I think that we just discovered why we don't watch the Oscars anymore. What's
Ugh.
the point of watching an award show when you don't know any of the movies?
I didn't know
I-
not going to the movie theater was going to have this sort of effect. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know who is in what. Usually I'd know the name and who's in it, and
Well,
if
half
I
the
saw
reason
it or
you know
not.
I knew
movies is
Wick-
because of trailers.
Wicked and Dune I had heard
Yeah.
of, and there was 2 others in there that I at least had heard of.
The Brutalist, A
no,
Complete Unknown.
the Dylan
Brutalist.
movie,
Yeah.
and
Conclave? Yeah.
Those are the 4
Yeah.
that I've at least heard of.
I like the name The Brutalist. That's a good name for a wrestler. Yeah.
That is a good name for the wrestler.
Brutalist. Yeah, I love that. I'm gonna steal that one.
Yeah.
Oh my
What would his outfit
Jared
be?
the Brutalist verse.
Yeah.
Oh, see, it sticks.
What was his out?
very good.
If he was a wrestler, what would his gimmick be?
Just a big mean dude that hurts people.
But he'd have to have like a prop.
who doesn't speak. Have a manager.
Oh.
Yeah, the Brutalist.
Oh, so he's got a mask with the zipper.
I found him in parts unknown. He's the Brutalist. He does my dirty work.
So here's what I'm going to do, like I did last year with the Oscars. Right before the Oscar award ceremony, I'm going to explain to you all what the Oscars are in terms of sports, like where the race is with an analogy to sports. Like last year, I just this movie is the Jimmy Butler of the sports.
There's a movie that quit.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll do
Because
that.
Jimmy Butler just decided he's quitting basketball. He's just not showing up for work anymore.
We'll get to
I thought
Jimmy
he's getting
Butler.
traded.
Well, he just missed the team flight yesterday. Suspended him again.
Chicago did.
No,
I mean
Miami.
Miami did.
Yeah.
But he's going to the Suns.
Well, we'll
we know
see
this.
until he decides he wants to quit there. I'm out on this guy.
Okay.
I know he's a good
I
player.
thought Bradley Beal was the only holdup. As soon as they found a spot for him, Butler is a son.
Butler
I
decided
mean,
not to
why
show up
even
to work.
suspend the guy? You're getting ready to trade him.
Because he didn't show up for work.
But
That's
he's not
why.
going to work for you for another week.
He didn't show up for work. That is a suspension-worthy maneuver.
You would fire a guy like 2 days before his retirement. I quit the company. I'm leaving.
No,
and you would
that's
fire
not what
him on
this is.
Thursday.
That's not what this is.
Right.
This
I'm
is
just
he's
saying.
got multiple years left on his deal,
they
and
were
he's not coming to work.
But this is basketball. He's about to be a son.
This is quitting, and it's awful, and it sucks.
They're about to trade him.
I'm not disagreeing that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not.
But who
Let
cares?
me ask you this:
I
if
don't
I
think
just
he'll ever
stopped
play a
coming
game
to
for the-
work, would you respect me? If I just said I don't like it here anymore, I'm not coming
if
anymore.
I know you're about to be traded to the
no,
next
I'm
guy,
under contract for 2 more years, and I just stopped
I
coming.
got the nuts and bolts. What's on paper is one thing, but we know you're about to be out of here next week. I'm not going to
But
see
I'm
you
not out
after
of here
next week.
I'm not out of here after next week. I just decided I don't like you, I
right.
don't like her, or I don't like him, and I've just decided to stop coming.
But once we get
and you
to
need
the
to trade me to
weekend,
Fox.
you're going to be gone.
Maybe, maybe not. I wouldn't
Yeah.
want that guy coming into my team.
Yeah, well,
he's hit the detonator everywhere he's ever
that's
been.
what I mean. The trade can't come fast enough
Yeah.
for both sides.
Yeah.
Then make the deal, get him out of there.
I
Yeah.
should have chosen a different analogy
Yeah.
than Jimmy
No,
Butler.
no,
right there.
no, that's
okay.
just fun.
But I want
No,
okay.
yeah.
So, do you guys want positive or negative things about this nomination?
Negative.
Negative. That's an emblem of the show. All right.
That's why we do all right, Marco. That's why we do all right.
Let's go with negative. Amelia Perez was 1 nomination shy of the most nominations ever given to a movie. They had 13 nominations.
That's a lot.
So you'd think, oh, that's an amazing movie.
Yeah.
13 nominations. 14 nominations was Titanic, All About Eve, and La La Land.
All I know is I'm not supposed to like this movie.
Amelia Perez
well,
is a travesty of a movie. So here's what the movie is trying to tell a story about: Mexican people. Are there any Mexican people in this movie?
Wait,
None.
hold on.
know.
Are there any
Time
Mexican
out,
people
time
in
out before
the?
you get started? Can I see the movie first?
No. Are there any Mexican people in the crass
I have
part
never
of it?
seen the
No,
movie.
it's by a French director set in Mexico City with a nonsensical plot line with bad acting from Selena Gomez, your supporting actress. She was not nominated, thank God. So is Adanya. Okay, sure, whatever. Can anyone hum any tune from this quote-unquote musical? I've tried to think about the movie, the 2 songs that are nominated. The 2
This is negative.
songs that are nominated for Best Original Song at the Oscar. I could not tell you what they sound like, and it's a musical. It won over Wicked, which is a musical.
Do people like this movie?
I have met maybe 1 person that has liked the movie Amelia Perez, and I've listened to countless podcasts.
Do you want to see a musical, DeMarco, that is set in Mexico with no Mexican actors, directed by a French person?
I got
With
a
a
guy.
little English and mostly
I got
Spanish.
a guy, and his name
And
is
bad
Rodolfo.
Spanish.
And he is a, what do you call that, an auteur?
Sure.
An auteur.
Auteur. A director in training. And he's very good. And he's from Mexico.
Okay.
He told me about this movie. And Fernan, we're just calling her Fern. They told me about this, and Fern feels like you do. But even my man says it's a pretty good movie. If you could just forget for a moment that it's a French director
Or
and there's
forget
no
that it's a
Mexicans really
movie.
in it. Something like that. And that was weeks ago. But
And
he said it's a pretty good movie. And he wants to hate it. And he's from Mexico.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
Pretty good
that's
movie.
actually an interesting case for why it's not. He
Right.
wanted to hate it, but didn't. That's always because look.
I wanted to like it, and I hated it.
Yeah, but that's not uncommon.
Yeah.
That it's like I'm excited for this thing, and you go and you're like, oh, that sucks. But it's pretty rare where, oh, this is gonna suck, and you go and you're like, you know what? That wasn't that.
And you
bad.
know what? The French director was like, I didn't even think about putting these Mexican people in this movie. Like, he had such disregard for the subject matter in which he was talking about, and this movie makes no
Is this
sense.
Jimmy Butler? No, that's not Jimmy Butler.
I
don't
will
know.
give it. I
Oh.
have to give it some time to think about
As
it.
long
so-
as
That sounds
everybody
like
should-
Antonio Brown.
As long as everybody showed up to work, that it's not Jimmy Butler. As long as everybody was said
How do
they
you
met their
label
call
that?
time.
And
then no.
DeMarco, you liked Dune Part 2, right?
I
yes,
did.
no?
Yeah.
Okay, so
But I'm weird. I like Dune from way back. So
But you-
the more Dune I can get, the better.
you have to recognize, though, that Dune Part 2 is just strikingly gorgeous to look at,
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Big vistas, amazing cinematography,
The
amazing
only way to see
visual
it is
effects.
in the theater, in
Right.
my opinion. It's
Exactly.
huge. Yeah.
It did not get nominated for Best Director. Denis Villeneuve did not get nominated for Best Director. Who got nominated was James Mangold for doing the same biopic he does every single time with a complete unknown. Okay? James Mangold should not be nominated for Best Director. I'm just saying. He's a good director. Good director. Denis Villeneuve deserves to be in that category.
Yes.
I'm going to say it. You ready?
What? Go ahead.
Who cares?
cares?
Oh God! No! That's good
I care
stuff.
that you care.
I
I'm glad
care.
that you're
I
passionate
care.
about
I
it.
care.
But of those 10 movies you just listed, I will see zero of them. There is zero chance I ever run into
like
one of those
him.
movies.
Almost like this look I'm giving
Yeah.
you is because I wish I could be involved more, but I haven't seen a single film.
Yeah, you're busy. I've seen everything
no,
but
I just
one.
don't go to the theater as much as I miss going
No,
to the
the
movies
only
because
one
of
of-
this here.
Conclave looks kind of interesting to me because it's about political intrigue,
I think
basically.
you'd like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So,
Love
whenever,
those.
whenever there's backstabbing and they're trying to get the spot in
Political backstabbing.
By the way,
yes.
Edward Berger should have been in over James Mangold as well for Best Director.
but James Mangold,
Yes.
Dylan movie?
Yes.
Okay.
James
Yeah.
Mangold.
That movie, like the subject of a Bob Dylan biopic, why not?
It's run of the mill. It's Oscar bait, but it's not a bad movie.
But that's fine. That
Yeah.
to me at least, like if you gave me those 10 movies, it would be Conclave or that one.
Yeah,
or the
you'd
one
see
like
that movie.
you'd have to
I
tie
got
me
a
to a
question
chair to
for
watch
you.
both of them.
Yeah.
But yes.
Biopics about musicians. What was your favorite before Ray? Because that's kind of
Ray, I liked Ray.
Before that.
You'd have to give me a list of them.
I can't remember anything
I
pre-Ray.
liked, and I'm not saying that Emily, stand down
The
for just a
serious
second. You
biopics,
may
yeah.
hate these movies. Just let me live for half a minute. I didn't hate. I didn't hate Bohemian Rhapsody. I thought that was fine. The
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury Queen one.
Give me more Freddie.
I'm trying to think of the other ones that I
Give
have
me a
seen.
better Freddie.
See?
Yeah,
That's our
like,
Freddie, man.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
fine. Like again,
Freddie was brought back to life
I'm not
for 2
precious
hours.
about this stuff.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I either like it or I don't like it, and let me live. I'm not going to the movies to experience art. I'm going to the
Oh.
movies to be entertained for
That's okay.
an hour and a half. That's all I want.
That's what you're paying
and
your money for.
And if you're going to consume art, great. I'm just not.
Okay.
I'm there to watch the planes go by really fast and
Oh.
shoot things out of the sky.
You know what is a movie that might have satisfied you? Challengers. Was not nominated for
Yeah.
anything. Should have been
That's,
nominated for score.
Zendaya, right?
Zendaya, the
Okay.
tennis movie.
That got really uncomfortable on a plane.
Okay.
That's what I've. Oh yeah, well it's
well,
pretty
there's
racy, right?
There's a
Yeah,
lead up
bro.
to a
Yeah.
menage a trois, but
Bro, I
Was it
all-
directed by a French actor?
Hey,
it was not. It was directed by Luca Guadagnino.
I was
he's
watching my movie and I could see his movie over the seat, and I'm like, "What is that? Hold on."
And then
What?
you're like, oh, that movie looks really
Click,
good.
let me watch this for a while.
Yeah, is it available on the
Oh,
in-flight
But I
entertainment?
got my hands up like, you guys can't see this. There's
But
kids in
That's
here.
right.
That's the score for that movie is the other biggest stub. It's the only score that actually is a
Yeah.
character in that movie. So those are the biggest things that I'm mad about. I have some things that are lovely, but
That's
I'll,
it,
I
huh?
can't wait to
I'll,
hear this.
I'll
Yeah.
sprinkle it in later.
I go to the movies to be entertained. I want to learn something. I want to cry. I want to laugh.
Denzel didn't get nominated.
Whatever I'm paying for, that's what I want.
All of those things I'm in on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
But
I
don't
want
give
be,
it to me in one movie. That's too much sometimes.
I want to be
Soberlord.
entertained.
Yeah.
If you make me a comedy, great. If you make me feel something, great. Not
Yeah.
super easy to do, but possible.
Yeah.
And if you make me, sad, that's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not going there specifically to get that.
Okay.
She gave me a recommendation a few months ago because I had some time to kill here, and I had to come back. She's like, you should go to a movie. I'm like, that's a good idea. What should I see? And she sent me to Twisters. We all right?
Oh, yeah, you told me that.
That's what I want.
That's fun.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I want.
There's a tornado. Get out of the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, look, cow in the air. I'm in on that.
And it fills up 2.5 hours or however long it was, and that's what you needed.
Final Destination would be your movie if you were into gore, because that's all.
Yeah, I don't want gore.
No, but if you like that stuff,
they should
how
make
does this person die? Coming up soon.
84 Top Guns. Just make as many Top Guns as you can. I'm in on that.
What I value is I think I can recommend movies across the spectrum, but if we're nominating the best movies of the year, Amelia Perez is not one of them.
I think I heard this a month ago.
I really want you to go see it. Do you think you will see it?
I told him I would really see it and watch it.
Okay. Yeah. I want you to go see it, and I am really fingers crossed that you like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I could separate myself from the drama of what they're going through and just watch the movie.
Well, it's hard now. The pool has been poisoned.
Oh, yeah.
But your friend, what was his name? Arturo?
Fern.
Who?
He said Fern.
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 Yeah, that's the other one.
No,
that's
person
the one that gave me the
wanted,
riot
that
act.
wanted to hate it but liked it. Who's that?
God, I'm having a CTE moment. Hold on.
Yeah.
Rudy.
There you go.
Rodolfo. Oh, that's what I was thinking of.
Stop
Rodolfo.
it. Yeah.
If he that to me, that's actually an interesting recommendation. I didn't want to like it. I went in there with preconceived notions about not liking it, and you know what? Not bad.
And he sees through the eyes of a director.
Yeah.
This is what he does.
Yeah.
So he's like, I wanted to hate it, but I didn't.
Jacques Audiard is the French director, is one of the most renowned directors.
Everybody knows that, Emily.
Yeah, that's how I got to Alien Romulus. He said the guy that did the photography is like the guy out of Mexico. Like whoever shot the movie is like the guy. So this is a dude that's into movies.
If you're into great, because I'm into weird stuff that it's not weird, but I like the deep cuts of this stuff. I respect it. I just don't know it.
That's why
if
I
you
wish I could be involved.
Backup Dodger infielders from the 70s, I'm your man.
Here's my request to the Academy: please do the announcement at 8:30 PST, not 5:30 PST.
Anyway,
if you want to talk about Lee Lacey and why he would have been a better player.
Hold on, let's get back to Jimmy Butler. You think he's a quitter?
Yeah.
No, he's getting traded. He's frustrated.
Both things can be true at the same time.
And you're right, he is a quitter. But
we'll talk about that next. It's Trav. It's DeMarco 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Sylmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
You know, I want to thank them. You know, without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. You know, little help like you guys asked for. You know, I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Famath and I'm from Sylmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. You know, I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, you know, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, InsideCrypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
Testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text HIM to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text HIM to 321-321. That's HIM to 321-321.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
One more thing, and I'll let the non-Oscar people have their sports talk.
All right.
Do you guys like? Do you guys
I missed
like?
that.
I said one more thing, and then I'm going to let everyone have their sports talk.
I thought this was sports talk.
So do you guys like the show Succession?
Yeah. Who?
Succession.
Yeah. The
right.
rich guy movie, rich guy show. Yeah.
Exactly. So the best supporting actor nomination has 2 Succession castmates nominated in it. Jeremy Strong is nominated for his role as Roy Cohn in The Apprentice, and then Kieran Culkin's nominated for his role in A Real Pain. So I love the brothers going at it once again.
Oh yeah,
the eldest boy,
the Roy brothers.
The Roy brothers will be.
Okay, I got to say this, Trav.
And Shiv Roy is also nominated for a movie called Memoir of a Snail.
I like Shiv Roy too.
I blame LeBron for this.
Okay, go on.
That we're leading with this instead of talking about Lakers-Celtics. It's his fault. The Lakers and the Celtics are getting ready
Emily's
to
crazy.
butt heads again. The great rivalry continues tonight, and this is where we are. No disrespect, I love it. But the fact that that's not top of mind sucks. Absolutely sucks.
The Lakers aren't
Speaks
good.
to where we are as Laker fans.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right.
Yes, that we could lead with Oscars and have it be cool.
We are in LA.
We are in LA. I'm not saying it's wrong. I love it. But Lakers and Celtics are tonight.
You know why? Here's why the
What
other
are we
one,
doing?
Here's why the other one's better. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what we're doing. Because the outcome of that show, I don't know what it's going to be.
What she just talked about?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know.
Far more entertaining.
I know exactly what the outcome of the Lakers season is going to be.
The Celtics are going to jack up 63 pointers.
No. Oh yeah, they're going to do that.
Yeah,
because that's
the
all
Lakers
they do.
are going to lose.
Probably, but not guaranteed.
What's just shy of a guarantee?
You and I watch basketball so differently. You watch it night to night.
Yes.
I watch it from 30,000 feet.
What is just shy of a guarantee then?
An extreme,
sure thing?
An extreme likelihood.
That's okay. Then it's an extreme likelihood the Celtics are going to beat the Lakers head in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
we know the outcome.
Second night of a back-to-back.
Yes.
You know, they played an overtime game against the Clippers last night.
Yes.
So maybe they come in a little rubber-legged. Who knows? And by the way, you got LeBron James and AD. They could have nights and they could go and win. They could win any game, and I wouldn't be surprised.
I would be shocked if they beat the Celtics.
I would be pleasantly surprised.
Yes.
I would not be shocked. But I know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll turn around and they'll lose to a bad team next week.
I got to have somebody to blame. I'm blaming LeBron for this.
And I know that 3 months from now,
Yeah.
the Lakers are going to be somewhere between 10 and 7.
Yeah.
I know that's going to happen.
Right here.
Yeah. So that's why, to me, screaming about Emilio Perez is more interesting than the Lakers and the Celtics because it's going to end up. The Celtics are good. The Celtics will be somewhere near the top of the Eastern Conference.
Yes.
The Lakers are average.
So this wagon train ends in the middle of the country. We're not getting to championship gold. We're not getting to the trophy. This ends right here. I'm just saying, you're Laker fans, right? We're all in the same boat.
Well, I don't understand.
We all have a feeling or the expectation of winning championships.
Sure.
We're still holding out hope.
I don't think it's an expectation. I think it's a hope.
Okay, we're still holding out hope that there's a trade out there that can get LeBron,
not
AD.
Not me.
Okay, well, I'm not there yet, but you're telling me the wagon train is stopped. We're here. This is where we're at.
You have a broken wheel. Okay,
we're stuck in the mud,
and a broken. How do you steer a wagon with the reins?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so we have bad reins and a bad wheel, and one of the mules is dying. Okay,
but we still have hope.
But one of the mules is really good.
Yes,
but
two of the mules.
But the problem is now one mule's pulling and it goes in circles, and this is that we're going in circles.
I'm hoping Boston does something stupid like foul LeBron hard. Just because they feel the same way about the rivalry. I think it's kind of ebbing here because we're not even talking about it.
I don't know if there's a rivalry in the NBA that has heat like that anymore.
I don't think you have to do it if you're the Celtics anymore. Just the Lakers are dying.
Yeah.
You're not.
I don't even think it's a Lakers-Celtic thing. The Lakers-Celtic rivalry obviously is always going to be a thing just because it's established over decades.
Yeah.
But
the league is better when these two teams are ball.
No doubt. But the league doesn't have those rivalries anymore where this team hates that team. Like the Pistons and the Bulls would basically have fistfights.
Right.
The Pistons and the Celtics.
The Knicks and everybody.
The Knicks and everybody.
Yeah.
The Lakers and the Celtics.
Yeah, I don't know who the other rivalries are anymore.
They're not because they're not there. The players are all pals.
Yeah.
The players are not like that anymore. The game isn't played like that anymore to where you can hard foul. You hard foul a guy, you get
yes.
I want to remember the clothesline on Kurt Rambis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody do that tonight, please.
Do you know what the penalty was for that? 2 shots.
That was it?
That was it.
Oh, good. Let's get back to that.
And so the bench is empty.
No, you might kill someone now.
Bench is empty, and everybody's going crazy. Everybody goes back to your benches. 2 fouls. Let's keep playing.
Because I don't think it was the physical thing that got. It was the message it sent. That was the purpose of it, and I don't think that exists anymore.
No, I don't.
And I don't think you
I'm
need
with
to do it as the Celtics right now. Just sit back and watch. Play your game.
The Lakers are just tonight's game for them.
That's what I'm saying.
But other than the history of it all, look,
shame.
the only way you kind of turn this thing back on, you're going to see the Laker uniform and the Celtic uniform on the court. It's going to look cool. You know what I mean? It's like it's the Lakers and Celtics. It's cool. But the heat of that game, they got to play in the finals.
It used to be cool,
and it's got to get chippy. And you got to win one. I got to win one. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be where we both might take something from the other guy.
I'm sure the first hamburger was special. Now this is the 18 billionth burger. So it does. And somebody needs to help me. How do you track technical fouls? There's a website I found.
Okay.
How many technical fouls do you think the Lakers have this year?
Well, okay, so they've played 41 games.
And I'll say this: Jason Tatum, Mr. Tame himself, has 7.
Oh, okay. So 41 games. I'm going to say there's 1 a game plus a couple of throw-in.
And please check me if I'm wrong.
45.
45. No, okay, 5 that I could see. Right.
For the whole team?
And Austin Reeves has 3, and Finney Smith has 2, and he just got here. I don't know if that carried over from his other team or just since
it might be
he's
lower
here.
than that, right?
But 2 names I haven't seen on that list, even if this is wrong, and the numbers are probably off. But there's not one from AD, and there's not one from LeBron. I think Anthony Edwards has 10. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that if you want to measure or keep stats on dogs and intensity, I think that might be a good place to start. And there's not one from any of them.
That's not that.
I mean, I'm just at least
DeMarco,
you hard foul somebody, you cuss out a referee, something.
I couldn't agree with you more. I would like that if it truly is only 5, and I'm taking your word for it.
Yeah.
That's really weird. Because you would think just being, because there's a difference between whining at the referees, which the Lakers and, frankly, the entire league do all the time.
Flopping, not getting the call and getting mad about it.
Right, right. And then there's, you're going nuts.
Right.
And drawing T's. Or you're pushing guys and drawing. And that's just not who these guys are.
Hard foul someone.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They don't do that, and that's the league doesn't really do the hard foul part of it all. It's more this kind of stuff.
That's what I looked up at the technical foul list. There are people that are still doing it, and they're stars too. They're chirping, they're hard fouling. It seems like they absolutely care.
I like what you said a second ago, and let's talk about this coming up next. The idea that this thing just kind of ends in the middle of the country, that this, the conclusion of this is what it is. And
I'm thinking Blazing Saddles. Remember that when they're going in circles?
Yeah, do you just basically say, you know what, we'll go in circles until we're not going in circles, and we're not going to try to change the direction in any meaningful way? That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA.
The Kings are back at Crypto.com Arena tonight, where they've been the best home team in the NHL this season.
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Silmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
You know, I want to thank them. You know, without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. You know, little help, like you guys asked for. You know, I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California, and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work, and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Famath, and I'm from Silmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. You know, I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, you know, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, inside crypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
And we will provide you an honest and fair evaluation about your potential claims. Call us today for a free consultation at 800-485-1049. If your home was destroyed, you may also have claims against third parties, such as Southern California Edison. Call us today, 800-485-1049. 800-485-1049.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, HIMS can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Is this the Challenger soundtrack?
Yes, I listen to it every morning.
Do you really?
It gets me. I do it while I work. I get in the zone.
Do you?
Hold on, let me hear it. Wait. Bring it back. Oh, yeah. The elliptical. Oh, yeah. That's elliptical music. Hey.
It really is. It's a good workout album.
There you go.
Do you make that sound when you're on the elliptical?
Absolutely, bro. When I'm feeling it, come on now. I could care less what's going on
This
around
woman
me.
next to me definitely did last night. I went to Orange Theory last night, and she was doing what DeMarco was doing. And I was like,
and the
okay.
vortex.
Go off, girl.
45 straight minutes. Let's go.
Remind me to stay away from gyms in the greater area of your home.
You might, especially in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm clearing a lot of. This is Challenger. This is the Zendaya.
Yep, this is the score to some of the tennis match scenes in the movie.
Tennis match scenes. Okay, yeah.
There have been a lot of tennis movies?
The ones I've seen have been bad.
There was King Richard.
So
Wimbledon?
here's a funny thing.
Yeah.
Most of the women who played the love interest in Spider-Man have then gone on to be in a tennis movie.
Kirsten Dunst was in a tennis
Kirsten
movie.
Dunst was in one. Emma Stone was in one. The game, the one between the one with the Battle of the Sexes.
Billie Jean King.
Oh yeah. So she was in that movie, and then Zendaya was in this tennis movie. So
Isn't that her name? Billie Jean King?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Who was the guy?
Bobby Riggs.
Yes.
Bobby Riggs.
Because you have a connection to that, right?
My grandfather was a producer on that telecast.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, if you are interested at all in like producers behind the scene things, the movie September 5 It's a very
I
good
wanna
movie
see
about that.
I do want to see
It's
that.
about like the
Munich Olympics and the terrorism.
but it's
Yeah.
like told from the story of the ABC sports directors and
Yeah.
producers of the Olympic broadcast.
That was one of those things that happened right before it happened while we were alive, but we were babies.
Yeah.
Right. So it's one of those things that was always part of the conversation surrounding the Olympics as we were kids growing up, but I never really knew it other than there was a hostage situation where they got killed.
Yeah.
the first like publicly seen acts of terrorism.
Yeah. And I would like to see that. It sounds awful.
It's good. I
Did
think
you ever see Munich?
I did.
That
I
was
loved it. I was just
gnarly.
thinking that. How'd you know?
Yeah.
That was gnarly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Brad,
was-
what's his name? Banta.
Eric Bana.
Eric
Eric
Bana.
Bana.
And the thing is, I didn't really know much about the storyline. I knew I vaguely, but I didn't know how it ended or what happened. So, but yeah, great movie, especially if you work in our industry.
Bobby Riggs is the reason. This is way back, and it's just so stupid. Just had me thinking. It's the reason I didn't want Floyd Mayweather to answer Ronda Rousey when that whole thing was building up. When we thought she was unbeatable, and she said she could beat him. I'm like,
well,
what if she does? What if she gets you in an armbar in the middle of the ring and you're stuck and you tap?
I really don't even want to open the door to this conversation.
I'm just
but
saying.
No, when it comes to
oh my God, yeah,
feats of strength and violence, the man is going to win 99.
See,
it's just
that's how we got to Bobby Riggs, Billie Jean King, and he got smoked on national TV.
He wasn't a pro.
I'm just saying.
Could Ronda Rousey kick my ass? Yes. Could
But
she
he's not a pro in what she does.
He fights for us.
Hey,
like
man.
I said, this is.
I got choked out by a little 90-pound Brazilian woman, and it was scary.
What? When? Why?
Trying to roll. We were rolling, and I got too big for my britches. I started
Rolling
talking
where?
trash, and she wanted to roll. She's a black belt, though. I'm not. I'm a novice.
Like at the gym?
Yeah, at Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. And
They were fighting over the last orange at the grocery store.
We're just rolling, got too big, and she wanted to. She said, "Let's roll," and she like subbed me in like 3 times in 3 minutes. It was ridiculous. Once on the arm, 2 on the neck. And there was nothing I could do. It was like fighting an anaconda. It was weird. Nothing.
Don't fight an anaconda. Now I want to talk about the movie Anaconda.
Sorry.
Anyway, I asked Ice Cube when he came on with this one time, and I asked Cube, I'm like, it was the first question I asked him was about Anaconda. I'm like, I got to tell you, man, one of my favorite movies was Anaconda. He talked 5 minutes about that mechanical snake and how much of a blank show it was.
Oh,
wasn't
that
with
was
that
great.
thing?
Yeah.
It was terrific.
Let me see if I can get
They're
the line.
remaking Anaconda.
Are they really?
Yeah, let me find
no.
who's in it.
Let me see. There's snakes out there this big. That's this big line.
Yeah. It's a great. It's a great movie because the snake is ridiculous.
And Jon Voight is
John
evil.
Voight is John
Evil.
Guess who's in it? Jack Black and Paul Rudd.
Oh,
are in the
it's a
remake
comedy
of
now.
I'm
Anaconda.
assuming it's a comedy.
It's a comedy now.
Yeah.
Well, I
Okay.
mean, the original was a comedy, but it didn't mean to be a comedy.
Yeah, but that's different.
Yes.
That there's a difference between we're trying to be funny and it's funny just because it's
That
funny.
thing was terrifying for a minute. Yeah, big old snake.
Also, Jennifer Lopez.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there.
Where were we going before that? Yeah.
We were talking during the break about college football teams having general managers, which is bizarre.
It's weird, man. So
But it's necessary.
Well, you got Belichick,
Yeah.
who conquered the NFL.
He sure did.
On all levels.
Yeah, I'll say.
Coaching and executive, correct?
Coaching for sure. Executive, I think he's a mixed bag, but he certainly did it.
I think he got out of more stuff than anybody.
No, he
known to
certainly
man.
has experience.
And Michael Lombardi, regardless of how you feel about his business acumen or what he's done, he's got a hell of a resume, and he knows the business.
Yeah, no, he's a very experienced NFL general manager.
So you've got Belichick and an experienced GM going into the living room to talk to mom and dad about your son with millions of dollars on the line. How does that seem fair?
Well, that matchup isn't.
Right.
But if mom and dad are plugged in to the point of you go hire an agent.
But you can't hire an
Sure
agent.
you can. Why
You're
not?
an amateur athlete.
Oh, stop.
You
No,
can't hire an
can't.
agent.
You can have
Are they
representation.
not allowed? to
No,
hire
the
an
minute
agent?
you sign with an agent, you're a pro.
No. But you can have advisors. This is what I
Sure.
mean.
You have a lawyer.
You can have an
You can have
advisor.
advisors. You can hire a lawyer to look at a contract. You can.
Okay, now you
I'm
have to
using the-
trust that guy. Where's he coming from?
but
it could have been a guy they sent.
Well, no, I'm not letting a guy say. I'm going to go do my due diligence. I'm going to find a guy that does this, and
But that's what I'm saying. We're going back to mom and pop. We're raising kids here. We're raising we're raising our son,
Yeah.
and now we're being talked to by these two people.
right. And
I
I'm
don't
going to
know
go
who
get
these people are.
Neither do I. That's why I'm going to go get somebody that does this for a living.
But who is that?
I'm
And
gonna-
where do I find that person?
I'm going to ask around. I'm going to figure it out. I'm not just going to flip open the phone book.
But they're going to have a decided advantage against mom and dad. That's
and dad.
That's
yeah.
why agents have jobs.
Right.
But you can't have an agent.
You can have
as a high
you
school
can have
kid.
an agent in name, but in practice,
you can't have
but
an
not
agent
in name.
as a sophomore when they come after you.
No, but you can, DeMarco, you can have a guy that is your advice. It happens all the time. Scott Boras is a lot of people's advisor.
Yeah.
They're their de facto agent. They're not taking money yet, but they're advising the family on how this stuff works.
Yeah, even seasoned agents get fleeced by these guys.
I get that.
That's
but
what I'm saying.
But many of them do not.
But a lot do. There's
Yeah.
a lot. There's more agents than players.
And there's a lot of
especially in the
GMs that
NFL.
make bad deals.
I know, but I'm just. This is where I think this train wreck is getting closer.
Look,
now you've got mom and dad sitting in a living room talking about millions of dollars.
If mom and dad are
with Belichick and
naive
Michael
enough
Lombardi
to go into a negotiation,
you're going to get screwed.
If they're naive enough
Yeah.
to go into that negotiation, they will get screwed.
You're going to get hosed.
But
okay.
if you are
I
even
want the money up front.
slightly
Okay.
aware,
then you have to play all 16 games. That's in writing. You
Well-
don't know what you're signing. Players don't know what they're signing now.
But we're going in circles. Look.
Yeah.
When I negotiate, I don't do it myself. I'm not a lawyer. I have somebody to look at it
Yeah,
for
but
me.
you're a pro. These are high school kids getting ready to go to college.
I wasn't a pro the first time I did it. I asked somebody to help me.
No,
you know
now,
what I mean?
now if you're doing
No,
contracts.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But my point is, I just know what I don't know. I'm not just taking their word for it. I'm going to have a third party look at this for me.
Bruh, you're talking about kids from all over America.
I know.
From all different
I'm
type
not
of
saying that it
all
won't
different
happen
type of
occasionally,
backgrounds.
but that
Not
everybody's
get
going to
too
get it
deep,
in the shorts
But you
isn't
know
true.
where they're recruiting.
Yeah.
All different types of backgrounds.
I
Come
know.
on.
I know your point, and I understand it. But
Yes.
I'm also willing to believe that most people are, and maybe not most, but many people.
Wait, before you even finish
Yeah.
that, this is a billion-dollar industry.
Yeah.
College football.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Now finish.
Yeah, I'm saying that I am going to make sure that my child is protected. If I don't have an expert in this, if I'm not an expert,
Right.
I'm going to find one that is.
Okay, but you can't do it on a professional level. You cannot sign a contract.
I can't sign a contract, but I can still get the advice. I can still get their
Correct,
expertise.
but you got to pay that guy for that.
Right.
How do you pay him?
We will work something out. No, Marco, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The same way that these guys are doing it already. They have
what I'm
advisors.
saying is you're going to wind up having agents for high school kids.
They already do.
No, I mean officially.
They already do.
I mean
And it
on
protects
an
the
official
kids.
level
Yeah.
to where when you sign with
Sure.
an agent,
And there
you're
will
no
be
longer
people that take
disqualified.
advantage of that. There will be people that,
Well, wait.
the rules are changing.
Just let me say this:
Yeah.
as soon as you sign with an agent, you are no longer an amateur. That was the problem with guys going to the Olympics, signing sponsorship deals, and wanting to come back and play college football. Wait a minute. Once you sign this deal, you're no longer an amateur. Well, that doesn't make sense. That's been going on forever. So the minute you sign with an agent, you are a pro.
That is the old way. I don't think that's true anymore.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is where we're going.
Yeah.
But as of right now, there's going to be mom and dad getting
I'm going to find the
fleeced
answer.
like crazy.
Occasionally, and there will be many kids that do not. There are always
Yeah.
somebody that's going to get ripped off. That's just that's humanity.
Yeah.
People will get ripped off, but not everybody.
You know how many kids play football?
No, I know.
You know how many kids are out
But
there?
you're presupposing that every parent is a dummy.
No, I'm not saying every parent is a dummy. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying every parent isn't as sophisticated as what's in the living room now.
I agree with it, but they're sophisticated.
Usually it's just the head coach. Now you're bringing GMs to the equation.
I hear you, but they're sophisticated enough to say, okay, we're going to come to an agreement in broad
but
terms.
you're thinking of the old way. That's old scholarship stuff. This is money now.
No, I'm talking
this
money.
Is millions
I'm not
of
talking scholarship.
That's never. This is new. This is a new situation we're in right now.
We need to get. You know what we need to do?
What?
We need to find somebody that knows this. We need to find somebody.
I just told you.
But I don't think you're right.
There's millions of dollars at stake.
No, I know
There's
that.
GMs and you
Right.
don't have agents.
But that's the part that I don't know is entirely true. I think you can hire an agent or you can hire an advisor on a almost like a
In college athletics, you think they can have agents?
I think you can now.
No, you cannot, Travis. You cannot have agents in
find out.
college football. You can't.
Are you 100% sure?
Yes, you cannot have an agent in college football.
We're going to find out. Far Side coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco,
Oh, wait,
710.
I have something before we move on.
What do you
One,
got?
to clarify this is from April 13th, 2024. Student athletes can hire agents for NIL activities. Student athletes cannot hire agents for any purpose they desire under NCAA rules. So it feels like there's kind of some loopholes here.
But the money's coming from NIL,
Yeah.
right? Right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I can have an agent to go get me a deal with Gatorade,
Yeah.
but not to
just to
deal
make
with
sure the
Michael
I's
Lombardi.
and T's are dotted, but he cannot
Right.
negotiate on your behalf.
With Gatorade, he can.
not with NIL.
Yeah. That's
so
what it just said.
Even though student athletes can hire agents for NIL, name, image, and likeness activities,
Yes, that's
student
it.
athletes cannot hire agents for any purpose they desire under NCAA.
That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
But the money isn't coming from North Carolina. It's coming from Gatorade, to use the example. Right? When I signed to go
to break. Go to break.
Okay.
Yes.
But
Go to
hold
break.
on. No, I want to finish this.
Okay.
If I'm doing a deal, I'm a highly recruited guy.
Correct.
And I want to go, let's say it's USC. Okay?
Yes.
And they send their GM in. I'm not getting the money from USC. I'm getting the money
You're
from...
getting the scholarship.
I'm getting the
from
scholarship from
U-
USC.
And they cannot
Right.
negotiate that.
Okay, but I'm
Yes.
getting my NIL money. Like the scholarship is, I come here to play football for you. The NIL money...
Correct.
Coming from the company, I can negotiate that.
Yes.
Yes. But that's where the money's coming from. The scholarship thing is the scholarship thing. That's oddly unimportant. I need the
sorta. I'm confused, but we're good.
The money,
Yeah.
the money part, where I'm actually getting the money, I can negotiate that with an agent.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because the money's not coming from the school.
Okay.
Yeah,
got it.
We're on the same page.
I think so.
Yeah.
Go to break.
Before we go to break, I have some other things that I want to talk about. I want to talk about the Oscars again, okay?
Uh-huh.
I can't give up on it. All right, so we have a new Leonardo DiCaprio right now, okay? We have Timothée Chalamet.
Oh, yeah.
Timothée Chalamet has starred in 7 films that have been nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, and he is not 30 yet. He's in his 20s.
How many?
7. So here are the ones that he's been nominated for, that he has been in, that have been nominated for Best Picture.
All right.
Call Me By Your Name, which he was nominated for Best Actor for. Lady Bird, Little Women.
Saw that one.
Dune, Don't Look Up, Dune Part 2, and A Complete Unknown.
Scene 0, 0 for 7.
Travis.
He's special, dude.
I'm not saying
I like him.
I've not seen
I
one
really
of those
like him.
movies on that list.
You should see all of them. They are fantastic
I have
movies.
not seen a single
He
one.
did Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
right?
he
I
was in
didn't see-
Wonka.
Didn't see that either.
Fantastic.
No, but
Beautiful
look,
Boy.
Dude, it's hard for me to make me forget
Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka.
I know, and that's my Willy Wonka. It's hard for me to forget him, and that dude was awesome.
And Beautiful Boy. Beautiful Boy was
Yes.
a great
I
movie.
saw that.
Yeah.
Completely
that.
wiped out Johnny Depp. Didn't even exist.
For Wonka.
Beautiful Boy was not an easy watch.
Was it hard?
Oh my god!
Did you know that going in?
I knew it was about drug addiction.
Oh,
so that you're going in.
Okay.
with
You got
a
what you
certain
paid
deal.
for.
Yeah. Far Side coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
So, hey, it's DeMarco, and you can play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. Why get stuck in traffic? You know, my commute today was easy, thank God. I hope no one was hurt. But anyway, you can be at the best casino resort in Southern California in less than 1 hour. Pechanga gives all guests the amenities they expect of a world-class resort, exceptional entertainment, dining, spa, golf. Let's not forget round-the-clock gaming excitement. Doesn't that sound fun? Round-the-clock gaming excitement. The immense casino floor, huge. There's 1,100 hotel rooms and suite. We are definitely going to take advantage of that. The spa, the golf course, 20 bars, restaurants, so much more make Pechanga Resort Casino one of the largest resort casinos in the country. Talk about a fun weekend. Come see why readers of Newsweek, USA Today voted Pechanga Resort Casino the best casino outside of Las Vegas. We should have done the reunion there. Why didn't I think of that? Whether your idea of entertainment is lounging poolside or putting a great bet on blackjack, Pechanga Resort Casino is waiting for you. Visit Pechanga.com or call this number, 888-PECHANGA, to book a reservation, and I will. My high school one's coming up. Or for more info. Follow them on Instagram at Pechanga Casino for up-to-the-minute news and information.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harm.
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Silmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
You know, I want to thank them. You know, without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. You know, little help, like you guys asked for. You know, I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California, and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work, and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Famath, and I'm from Selmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, inside crypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
Or with a key of imagination, beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge, the far side.
I told you that stupid college story about Steve having the guy locked out, almost threw him out of a window.
Yeah.
Just got me thinking of all this stupid stuff. Having the beach party in the dorm room. I told you that story.
You told me that one.
Making the truck into a hot tub.
You've told me that one.
Driving it around campus. Just having so many parking tickets that tow trucks would follow me on campus.
I think that might be my favorite.
Just stupid. Dumb, stupid stuff. And I only remember this because this is when CD players were becoming popular.
Okay.
And they were actually in cars.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Big deal, right?
Yeah.
There was a guy in college. His name was Dana Hall. He was a corner. Played for
played
San Francisco.
in the league. Yeah, I remember him.
First-round pick, a shocking first-round pick. He was the guy on defense that we thought we had to protect.
And he was a first-rounder.
All year long.
You guys made him some money.
We had to protect him, right?
Okay.
But come draft time, and he is a hurdler. He's an athlete. So he did the height, weight, speed. I think he was a 6'2" corner. So he looked the part, and he could run.
Okay.
Rocketed up the boards, became a first-round pick to the Niners.
I remember him in the NFL.
Weird. But Dana Hall was the first guy I had ever seen that had a CD player in his car.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, and this is our recruiting trip. So it's me. It's all the guys that would stay there from most of the guys that were there.
Okay.
Bino was there, Jamal.
How much
me.
older are you than him?
Than Dana?
Yeah.
Dana's older than me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Dana's like 3 years older than me.
Gotcha.
So this is our recruiting trip to
Oh,
Washington.
you're on the trip.
So we're with these veteran players, the upperclassmen dudes, and they're taking us places, and it's debauchery. It's college. So I do remember it was like we're at this party, and then all of a sudden they started screaming, all right, Montlake! And we didn't know. We just have to go with them. So I'm in the car with Dana Hall, and he put a CD in, and I'm like, wow, that is so cool. And then it skipped.
Funny.
It skipped.
Oh, yeah, it had a little ding in it. Yeah,
but
yeah.
I thought the skipping was the song, and I'm like, wow, you can make it's a DJ in the car, but it was a CD. So anyway, the crux of the story is, so they all parked, and they were illegally parked on the wrong side, and they all got out, and they started sprinting down the street. And it's dark. This is in Seattle.
Okay.
There's no street lights. This is about, I don't know.
Are you in the city or are you on campus?
We're on campus, but
Okay.
the outskirts of campus.
Okay.
It's basically UW, but just a little bit off. This
Got
is
it.
right near the hospital, the Montlake Bridge.
Okay.
Very famous bridge where it's a drawbridge. They have to
Oh,
open
I don't
it up.
like where this is headed.
The Montlake Bridge, right. So it's pretty popular. So they start running, and we're running with them. We don't know where we're going. Some guys have dress shoes on because they're trying to impress the upperclassmen.
You're on a business trip. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're running, and we can't see. And then the guy in front of you, or 4 guys ahead, just kind of disappear.
I knew that's where this was headed.
You don't know. It's dark. Maybe they took a left. They're over there. Nope. You get to the bridge, and they're jumping off one after another. And you don't even know what's down there. And it was one of those moments. Like, am I going to be a part of the group, or am I going to wimp out?
It's literally the question your mother said to you when you were a kid. If everyone jumped off a bridge, would you do it too?
Literally.
Yeah.
Right there in front of me. And
What a teammate.
right. It's one of those
How
things.
big of a drop is it?
couldn't. Well, now it's about a good 20 feet.
It's a long way.
It's a drawbridge, so
I know.
they have to open, and it's it's pretty deep down there. Now I know, but I had no idea.
What time of year is this?
This is recruiting time. What is this?
I guess what I'm asking is it at least kind of warm at this time of year?
It's not cold.
Okay.
And it was wet, but that's Seattle.
Yeah.
So,
but it's not 40 degrees.
No, it's not super cold,
okay.
and it's not super hot. I think I had a jacket on, some sneakers, and the guy in front of me went, and I could tell he didn't. He looked back, like, "Are you gonna go?" And I didn't slow down. He went, and then I went and hit the water. It was just like, kaboom. And then they're all sitting there, and you're in the group. I don't know. It was just one of those weird moments. But it wasn't like one of those stupid Hollywood movies, but it was just weird.
It's literally the question, well, if everyone else jumped off a bridge, would you do it too? And you have an answer to the question now.
Hell no. Now,
Yes.
I what was I thinking?
Well, you did it.
But stupid. I didn't know it was down there.
Okay, you have daughters.
Yes.
Okay.
I would go bonkers.
If
oh
you
my
had
God.
a son who jumped off the bridge in that situation, your response would be what?
Well, if he did it?
Yeah. Dad, he comes home from his trip.
I would lose my blank.
He
You
came
know
home
that.
from his trip and said, Dad, we did this thing where all of a sudden everybody's just jumping off the bridge, and I was right behind everybody.
Okay, so here's where this is going. So why this is the far side. So my 9-year-old.
Yeah.
We're walking in, and she says, Dad, I have a secret.
Uh-oh.
Right. Eyebrow goes up.
Yeah.
What happened? Well, it's from Trinity. That's
Your
the
older
oldest
daughter.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's going on? Well, it's the secret. I can't tell you. I'm like, dang. Okay, what is it? Secret. I can't tell you.
She wants to tell you.
She wants to tell me.
Yeah.
So I said, I promise I won't tell. So this is me thinking about stupid stuff, college.
Okay.
She got another tattoo.
Okay. It's not the end of the world.
No, but why?
Yeah.
Why are we doing
Did
this?
she pay for it with her own money?
She did.
Okay.
Trinity
I
is
know.
in her mid-20s?
Yes.
Yeah. You can offer input, but you don't get to make decisions
It's
anymore.
all suggestions now.
Exactly.
I'm dealing with that. It's no longer permission. It's now suggestion.
You can highly suggest.
You can guide, but you can't.
Now I'm not even involved anymore.
Yeah. You
I learned from the 9-year-old.
The best case scenario is you get the call and say, "Hey, I'm thinking about this," and then you can kind of, if you're asking X, Y, Z, that's the best you can hope for.
How do I handle this? This transition of life.
So here,
Yeah.
You can't.
Don't fight it.
You can't rat out your youngest.
I won't.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I won't.
You have to get it from another source.
I won't. I
Yeah.
won't do it. That's just crazy. But bro,
What's
I mean,
the tattoo?
well, it's not what it is. It's where
Where it is?
It's like it's right. It's right there. It's right where people. It's there. It's a statement.
It's not on her face.
No, it's not on her face. Not on her neck.
Okay.
We're still cool there.
Okay.
But
Okay, if it's not on her face or her neck, we're all right.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I think we're okay. I mean,
Yeah.
look, I'm not. If Kelly came home with a bunch of tattoos, I wouldn't love it. But my first question would be, where is it, and then what is it? But
not on her back. He
Yeah.
said, no, it's not. It's right on the front.
On her
abdomen. Bruh, come on, I'm hurting.
Yeah. I mean, look,
Well, what if it's like, I love my dad so much, he's the best person
What if it's
in the world?
75?
Put it in a card. Send it to me.
What if it's
You got it.
75 or the Washington W?
Put it on a T-shirt. I'll wear it every day.
Like, my parents used to be the same way, but
I'm
then my
with you on
older
this one.
sister got this tattoo, which is on her forearm, and it's a orchid with my grandmother's signature to us whenever she would sign our cards. It was love and blessings.
That's nice.
That was,
Okay.
and so my parents were like, okay, I can't hate that because it's for your grandmother.
So my uncle, his daughter got 2 kids, both names. My uncle's like, what, you're afraid you're going to forget what their name? You needed it on your body? Like, what are you doing?
I'm not advocating on Trinity's behalf. I'm just saying that I kind of get it.
Me too.
And I got a tattoo in a really altered state of mind. It was a terrible decision. I regret. And my kids have said, well, I'm going to get one. I said, look, I can't stop you from getting one.
Yeah.
If you go get one, you can go. Here's my story. Do
Bang.
Do with
X, Y, and Z.
that what you will.
I know, nuts. I
Yeah.
know, crazy.
Like if I could undo it, I would.
And I told her before she left. I said, just be careful when you go up to the Northwest. Just be careful when you go up to the Northwest.
You went
You
there.
went to the Northwest. You
that's
came
why
back in
I'm
one
telling
piece.
you. That's why I am telling
Can
you.
you tell us what the tattoo is?
I haven't seen it yet. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
It's described by a 9-year-old. I guess
Okay.
she's seen it on time.
Okay. Oh,
yeah, but
okay.
100% don't rat out your youngest sister.
I'm not
because
gonna do that.
My sister, shout out Maggie, has ratted me out to my parents before, and I still hold it against Maggie.
I won't do
She's
that.
a snake.
Nope. I will respect that. She told me in confidence. I won't do it. But it's just like, oh no. But okay, so here's what I'm worried about. And you're 23.
Okay.
Take that back. She just made 24.
24. She's the same
24
age as
years
Bobby.
old.
Yeah.
Your sister is 9.
Yeah.
She's your hero.
That's a good.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's her.
Your youngest.
Your sister idolizes
Your
you.
younger one looks up to the older one.
Correct.
Yes.
You're not helping me here.
That is a fair. As a dad, now that is a dad
Yes.
thing that you can get into.
Okay, but I can't say
If
anything.
you can do it, maybe just don't tell your little sister about it.
Okay. I'm off the Montlake Bridge again. I don't know what's below me, but I'm going.
DeMarco, you beat me to it because I was just going to say, look, I'd like to go opposite you because I like to aggravate you occasionally.
Yeah.
I'm with you on this one.
Yeah.
I'm with you on this one.
Thank you.
But you did jump off the bridge.
I did, and I went can opener style too. One leg
Oh,
up.
yeah?
Oh yeah, bro. I was in it. If
Okay.
I'm gonna go, I'm going. I'm
That
going
is a
with
can
style.
opener. That's what we used to
The
call
can
it too.
opener.
Does everybody call it that?
That's universal.
Okay,
Can
that's
opener.
a universal
knee
term.
up, yeah.
One knee up,
Can
two knees,
opener,
cannonball.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, okay, good.
Belly flop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Spin.
Belly flop hurts.
Pencil dive.
What's a pencil dive?
It's just like your feet first.
Oh
And then
yeah,
straight.
straight up. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You jumped off the bridge. Well, if everybody else jumped off the bridge, would you do it too, DeMarco?
Yep.
Yes,
I
would.
sure did.
NFL, we're all good. Patrick Mahomes says the referees aren't on the take. We can all relax. That's next. It's Travis DeMarco jumping off bridges on 710 ESPN. If you get hurt, I don't know if you get hurt jumping off a bridge or not, but if you get hurt,
I made it.
And you made it in a car accident. If you've lost property in the Eaton fire, give the law offices of Joseph S. Normand a call, 213-747-2000, because like we were talking about a second ago, DeMarco, you want an expert in these matters that's going to help guide you through something that maybe you don't know all that well.
An expert and a friend. I mean, look, that's you got to cover from both sides. Accidents, let me circle that. Accidents are devastating, and the recovery process can be very, very, very difficult to deal with, can change your whole life. So don't face it alone. No insurance company is ever on your side. Anything you say to any insurance company can and will be used against you at any point throughout the process.
213-747-2000. The insurance company is in the business of the insurance company. Joseph S. Normand is in the business of you, of making sure that you get what you are entitled to. Tell them that Trav and DeMarco sent you.
Yes.
213-747-2000 and normandlegal.com.
213-747-2000, like you said, Travis and DFAR.
Next Gen is the official plumbing, heating, and AC company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen, the absolute best in the biz, with thousands of 5-star reviews online to prove it. Looking for game-changing deals on your home? Call Next Gen right now. ESPN LA listeners can book a...
Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Was it super windy at your house this morning?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on the freeway this morning coming up, and
I
I
had
was
to turn my head so I could hear the. Yeah, you're right.
So, I'm on the 5 freeway headed north, and I'm just passing kind of where you can see Angel Stadium as you're going up that way.
Yeah.
And I think it's the Santa Ana River that runs right alongside the stadium.
Yeah.
Right. It's dry. There's no water in it, but it's that canal. So
Yeah.
dude, my car got hit with a gust of wind. It literally pushed me across an entire lane of traffic.
Wow.
Instantly.
Wow.
Like it was one of those where you're just driving along and I'm just, driving, not really paying super close attention to there's nobody else. And it was an, blank.
Wow.
Literally, I was in this lane and now I'm in the other lane.
Ooh, big gust.
Yeah.
I did. Has your kid ever asked you where's the wind come from? I'm sure there's books on it.
I'm sure that people way smarter than me know the answer to that. I have no
There's
idea.
a funny quote from this season premiere of Severance. No spoiler, but there's somebody that asks, "What does wind feel like? Does it because they don't see the sun? They just stay in this one place. What does wind feel like? Is it someone breathing on you?" I thought that was kind of funny.
Kinda.
Like if you had to describe it to someone who's never heard or felt
I heard
wind.
like if a butterfly does the flapping of the wings and it.
A butterfly flaps its wings in Japan, and you get a hurricane in
someplace.
Butterfly
Portland.
effect,
Just do where the winds. Yeah, it was windy, very, very windy this morning.
Whenever you get the profanity yelled out in the car unexpectedly, something. It's my kids tell a funny story.
Yeah.
Susan was driving the kids to Mammoth to go skiing one week. And so, same thing, like a big gust of wind hit the car at one point, and the car got blown across a lane of traffic, and Susan went, "Oh-S."
Yeah,
right?
That's real.
And the kids started laughing because they'd never heard her say something like that.
Oh, gosh.
And she almost drove off the road.
Man, see?
Here's a quick Google search. It's wind is created by differences in atmospheric pressure, which are primarily caused by differences in temperature. The Earth's surface absorbs heat unevenly. Warm air rises and expands, causing areas of lower pressure. So it's the temperature differences in lower and higher air pressure.
I think I could sell that on the way to school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good 9-minute conversation.
Yeah.
I could do that. Yeah.
It's also why you might have nosebleeds and why the air might feel
I know
drier.
that's why your nose bleeds when it gets dry and all that stuff. But let me ask you. Okay, ready? Because I'm going to put myself.
Don't
out
ask
here
me to repeat what she said.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Oh my God, that's the concussion thing. See?
No.
Yeah.
DeMarco, I have not had a bunch of. I don't. If somebody said to me, "Where's the wind come from?" She just told me. I don't know.
Changes.
Something about temperature.
Heat rises is a change in heat, right?
Yeah.
Warm air expands and rises.
That's it. Okay.
Heavier, cooler air rushes in to take its place. So
heat rises, cold wind comes in.
And rushes
I'm going
in.
to ask you tomorrow.
It's like opening the door after you take a shower.
Yeah,
there you go.
You forgot to say, any questions? Yeah, I'm not running
no 401k. JT, that dude could run. JT could run, my man.
Told that story yesterday.
Bro.
Did you?
He could run. Oh, my God.
Yep.
God
Told
bless
that story
his heart.
yesterday.
God bless his heart.
Hey, G-Fish, you want to hear a story?
Oh, my God.
Some guy didn't want to run a 401k.
I mean, if we're talking about running a 401k, I don't want to run that either.
That's a long race.
Blessings. He could run.
That's a long race.
He could run.
We do enough running
and
around
he could
here.
sometimes catch. He could sometimes catch.
Was
but
he a DB or a wide receiver?
He was a receiver.
Okay.
That they made a returner because that was easier to catch.
Is that easier to catch?
You just wanted to give him the ball and just run. Yeah.
What about handing it off? Is he too small to
Wasn't
be a running
big
back?
enough.
Okay.
Yeah, that was, and he was explosive.
Dude, this is random, but you just said hand. I saw some Eric Dickerson highlights on my Instagram feed last night.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I had forgotten how amazing how big and fast he was.
Okay, so it was majestic to watch when he would break, right?
Yeah.
You get that style going, and it just looked perfect.
And he's such a big guy.
Okay, so that's the beauty of it. The thing about Eric Dickerson was it was terrifying to play against him because he was so big and so fast.
Yeah.
The stuff before he actually got out was the dangerous stuff.
No, I kind of have a recollection of Eric Dickerson in the league, but I didn't remember it quite like that.
You know, I was thinking about this morning on the walk when it was windy. We were talking about kids that haven't seen Jordan. Hard to have that conversation with. Same thing I used to have about Jim Brown. I never saw Jim Brown run.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
hard.
crowing about Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith, and they were like, well, Jim Brown. I'm like, well, I never actually saw him play.
Sometimes the stats will help you with these things because I'm going to get this a little wrong, but it's mostly right. The season that Shohei Ohtani just had, right?
Yeah.
That one of the great offensive seasons that we've ever seen as baseball fans. The first ever 50-50 season. But if you take like the aggregate of all of his numbers, like the WAR and the slug and all that stuff, it's like the 11th best season of Barry Bonds' career.
Wow.
That's how good Barry. And
heard that.
roids. Yeah, cool. Barry was Barry.
Barry was Barry.
Barry was Barry.
But if you didn't see that,
that's what I'm saying.
How do you have that conversation?
So okay, you're and I'm the biggest Shohei Ohtani fan you're going to find. I love Shohei, but that puts wait, what? The 11th best season of Barry Bonds. It might be like 7th or something like that, but it's not like the second best. It's down the list.
It's way down the list. Wow, unreal. See, that's the New York Jets. I'm not done with that. Like talking about Rodgers. I know he's a handful. He's a pill. He is. He's a problem. I can't stand him. I respect his play. Like even his worst years are some of your best.
Okay. I hear you. It's funny you bring up Aaron Rodgers because Kelly Stafford was talking on her podcast about Matthew Stafford's broken ribs or cracked ribs or whatever. You saw that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not surprised to hear that he had that. You saw when he had that run in the first quarter of the game, you could tell he was in a great deal of pain.
Yeah.
And he continued to play, and he continued to play really well. I thought of Aaron Rodgers in that moment. Because, and not that Aaron Rodgers isn't a tough guy. I'm not questioning his physical toughness, but I'm talking about culture, and I'm talking about when your most important player, which is almost always the quarterback, or at least on offense, is the guy that is not complaining, is not missing time, is not a divisive figure, is tough and willing to do whatever needs to get done to win a game. And it's an older player like Stafford, like Rodgers, and the culture that's created, Lark Jackson said there's no one I'd rather block for than Matthew Stafford, right? The culture around him, and then the culture that Aaron Rodgers created is just very different than that. Yeah. It kind of reinforced the idea to me of, you know what? I get he's going to be 37 years old all next season. I get that it's year 17. Run it back. Figure out a way to do it. Because it's not just the arms and the experience, it's the culture that comes along with it.
See, for me, it's the ability. And the culture stuff, it depends on who you have at the top. And that's why, like with Glenn stepping in, and I heard this all week or the last couple of days, this is their third defensive-minded coach in New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 8 of 9 of their in the Woody Johnson era have been defensive.
That's what I mean.
Coaches.
Some teams are the same. Like,
but
Chicago is the same.
Yeah, but you said it yesterday, and it landed with me. Like, okay, that makes a ton. Sometimes there's a variable that isn't variable. Like you're in New York, it's going to be cold.
You're going to have to win that way.
You're going to have to win that way.
You're going to have to build that way.
You're going to have to build that way.
Yeah.
So, like in California, I can go a bunch of different ways because I don't have to. Or if I'm playing in Detroit.
That's why it's the West Coast offense.
Right. If I'm playing in Detroit and I know that at worst, half of my games are inside.
I can build that way.
I can build.
But you have to prepare for the outdoor.
I'm outside.
It's weird. I know.
And it's cold. I have to have a certain formula that works in that weather.
I think Aaron Glenn is the perfect hire from New York standards, and he played there too. He's on their all-decade team, so it makes sense. But if I'm him, I would keep Rodgers just for his ability. I can handle the culture. That's why you're hiring me. And there's ways to manage even guys like him. If he's going to be a Maverick, and I'll say this, and Marshall knows this, and I love him to death, but there was 2 sets of rules for our football team for the most part, even with a tack-turn guy like Dick Vermeil.
There were the rules and the Marshall rules?
And the Marshall rules. Yeah. But he wouldn't disrespect the rules or throw them in your face.
Yeah.
He had rules that you didn't even know about. Like, I think I spent 2 years with Marshall. I never once lifted with him. Like, he didn't lift with the team. He did it on his own. He has his own rules. That's what makes him go. That's why he's here.
Special treatment.
There's ways to handle him. So if I'm him, I'm just looking for the ability. The guy can still spin it. The same thing with Stafford. We were looking for him. Like, how is this going to end? How are you going to go out? Remember, we said Alamo. You went out gunning. You got something left. Okay, let's do this again.
And I think that yes, the
with broken ribs,
the ability is the number one thing on the checklist.
Yeah,
right. I got to have you got to be able to get the ball over there on time.
Yeah,
on
usually
target.
when guys get that age and they're done, they go out on their back.
That's what I'm saying. And he didn't. And I think that that speaks to not just his ability, which check box number one, but box number two is. Does he help lift and build culture? Yeah, that his resilience, I think, is impressive.
Yeah. If this was like a gunfight at the OK Corral, he didn't get hit. You ran out of bullets.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
He was going at it. So So I would bring him back, and I would, if I'm Aaron Glenn, like I said, if you look at what happened with Old Boy in New England, your first year is everything.
Do you have do you pull like? I don't want to say pull him aside. That's the wrong word, but
pull Aaron aside.
Yeah, you
absolutely.
You get on the phone with him and say, "Hey, listen, man, I'm coming in. I need you to do X, Y, and Z for this is what I'm asking
You're
of you."
You're a movie guy, right? Baseball movie.
Yeah.
You pull a Jake Taylor.
Yeah.
If you're Aaron Glenn, you go up. You talk to. Hey, look,
this
bro,
is what I need from you.
I need this. We need this. We're gonna do this, and you talk to him legit ways.
What if you get something back that's not what you're looking for? Now what?
Then I move in a different. If you get the wrong look or he's just on a different page, then you can always pull the ripcord. We'll go with a young guy and go from there and try your best. But if you want your first year to make, you need that guy. Yes.
Okay, one more Oscars thing. No one cares. This one's going to be positive, okay?
Oh, wow.
This one's positive. So I'm going to talk about The Substance, which is a great movie. It's a body horror movie starring Demi Moore, who's nominated for Best Actress.
Say it
Her
again.
first Best Actress nomination at the Oscars, which is amazing. Coraline Farget is the director, and she's just the 10th woman who has been nominated for Best Director in the 97 years of the Oscars' existence. So shout out to Coraline. And The Substance joins a group of very good horror movies that have been nominated for Best Picture because The Substance.
It's a horror movie.
Body horror, yes, a horror movie.
I don't.
I know you guys don't like horror. DeMarco, do you like horror?
I used to.
So, The Substance joins this group of horror movies nominated for Best Picture: Deliverance, The Exorcist, Jaws, The Silence of the Lambs, The Sixth Sense, Black Swan, Get Out, and now The Substance joins this list.
I wouldn't have labeled half those horror movies.
Me neither. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Jaws and Silence of the Lambs.
Suspense.
Or suspense.
Thriller.
Yeah, suspense.
But it has a cannibal.
It's got gore.
Yeah. Well, is
It's about
Silence of the
murder.
Lambs gory?
Well, yeah, when the guy there's some parts in it.
But it's explicit, but it's not
quick.
gory.
They don't hang
The
around.
Academy labels it as a horror movie.
It's not it's not the whole point of the scene, but it's in there.
I don't mind, but I don't want gross.
And I would say Get Out is also a thriller, but it's also labeled as horror. Exorcist is a horror movie.
Yes.
Sixth Sense.
I would say psychological thriller.
Me too.
Yeah.
Psychological thriller. Black Swan is a mixture of horror, body horror, like that.
It's got Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis. It's good, is what it is.
They got a great scene together. Really like that
That
scene.
freaked me out,
But yeah,
bro.
no, shout out to The Substance. It's not my favorite movie of the year, but I'm really happy that it's on the list.
Nice.
So, positivity, guys.
Can you give me that list again one more time? Wait, there was
Of
one more.
the horror movies that are Best Picture nominees. Deliverance.
That one.
That's no.
Well, that was a horror movie.
It's horrifying, but it's not a horror. Can that be that?
That movie is the scariest one of everyone you just said. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Every time, like I go to Disneyland and I get on Pirates of the Caribbean, you know, like right when they launch you on the little raft and you're floating through the restaurant.
Oh my god, that movie. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That kid is horrifying.
The kid is scary.
Very,
yes.
very.
They got 5 nominations.
Deliverance did?
Substance
did. Oh, okay.
You haven't seen it.
Well, it's like, didn't you say it's like Altered States?
It's like body horror.
Body horror. Have you seen Altered States?
Refresh my memory what that is.
Was it William Hurt?
I don't think
There's a thing where he kind of like melts at the end. It's gross.
No, out on that.
Okay.
Don't need that. Patrick Mahomes on the level. If you have to tell me it's not rigged, guess what it is? That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The LA Kings have a new home.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season.
This fall, 710 ESPN. Yeah, you just need to send him a text.
Text HIM to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text HIM to 321-321. That's HIM to 321-321.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
I don't know if this is jumping back in the timeline or jumping forward in the timeline. Maybe both.
Well, it's okay now in movies. We're in the multiverse.
Oh,
now.
yeah. Okay,
We
so
can
this
jump
is
back and forth.
multiverse
Yeah.
because this could have been a Far Side today, and, it might have been a this day in history sort of thing. So back and forward. You just showed me an NFL Films clip of you talking about a big moment in Rams history.
Okay, so January 23rd, the year 2000. That's 25 years ago today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the anniversary of Ricky Proehl's catch.
You look
to beat
25
Tampa
years
Bay.
different in that video.
And about 40, 50 pounds heavier in that video. Yeah.
And they do those at what they usually tape those at, like, not the combine, but somewhere else, like the interviews for NFL Films.
Where did you shoot that?
I'm trying to remember. Where was I?
Because usually it's like whenever they get all the players together someplace.
No, we were all over the place.
Really?
Yeah, it's just the way they shot it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they've changed it
And
since
there's
then,
like,
but anyway,
have you
go on.
done one of those before?
I've never. You know what? Can I be honest with
Yeah,
you
yeah.
for a second? I've always wanted somebody to ask me to be in one of those.
Like a talking head?
Yes, and no one has ever asked me to do it.
It's super cool, but when you're doing it, you're sitting at a chair staring, and you can't see the camera
Yeah.
because the light.
Yeah.
And there's a voice that's
Yeah.
just asking you questions,
Yeah.
and it keeps moving around the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I've
weird.
always wanted to do that. I've never done it.
And you always want to know, like, where did you get that? How do you know that?
Well,
but they've already
talked to 30 other guys.
They pre-interviewed. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, that's some deep
Yeah.
stuff, and it's really cool. But
So,
that was
the 25th anniversary of
Ricky Proehl's catch that beat Tampa Bay, that put us in the Super Bowl, so that Mike Jones could save the day.
Right.
The biggest catch, the loudest environment I've ever been in, because that roof in St. Louis is cement.
Well, and
so
it was
that
a
sound
really
went nowhere.
low-scoring game.
Yes.
And you guys were scoring what felt like 100 points a game.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, it's late in the game, and you guys are behind.
Lynch, Sapp, Brooks, that defense, and I think 2 or 3 years later,
Yeah.
with Key, that same group would win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So had they beat us, they probably win the
What
Super
were you
Bowl.
talking about in the clip?
Ricky Proehl. So our offense was hot, right? Torrey was a rookie. Isaac was in his all-pro form. Kurt Warner was no longer a story. He was a threat now. Marshall was the best weapon in the game. So Tampa's defense had put it on us. It was the first time we'd seen them walk off the field with their heads down, ever.
The offense.
The offense. Like, this is the first time. This is the precursor to us stepping up in the Super Bowl, because we were the defense backing up one of the greatest offenses ever. Now it was up to us to stop them.
Okay.
They had work done, Mike Allstott. Yeah, it was a war. It was a
good.
battle.
Yeah.
It was a battle. So we were going tooth and nail, and they had the lead, and
Wasn't it like 13-9 or
something like that.
Yeah,
it was
a
very low
weird
scoring.
score.
And we had hope, but I just started to think. I'm on the bench, and my head's not down, but I'm just starting to think, if we lose here, now this is, mind you, we've been losing forever. This is our first winning season. So if we lose this game from this moment, it's still a good season.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
The
ball
I don't want to
isn't-
say giving up, but you're
Not giving up, but just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
I got you.
You're reconciling with the frustration, because, like, dang, if this is where it ends, okay. Right as I think that, the ball's in the air. And I'm like, well, where the hell is he going? Because we haven't gone deep. We haven't had much success. And I poke my head up, and I see Isaac doing this. I see Torrey. I see Marshall. Well, where the hell is Kurt going with this football? Comes down on the end. I can't see it. The whole place erupts. Ah! And I'm like, did we score? Like, yeah, well, who the blank caught it? Ricky Proehl. What? His first and only touchdown all year.
No way.
First and only touchdown all year was that one.
I knew he was down the list of guys that
Yes.
got the ball, but I didn't know he had
First score.
Oh, my God.
He was our first down machine. That was our guy. He was like the mini version of Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, yeah.
Just for first downs. But he scores the winning touchdown. Blew my mind. The whole place
Proehl?
went bonkers. Proehl still hates me to this day. Like, he's like, I am not Joe Bag of Donuts. He is more, how do I say this? He is less Cooper Kupp and more. Remember Jason Williams, the basketball player?
Which one? There was 3 of them.
White chocolate.
Okay.
He's more white chocolate than he is Cooper Kupp. So
Got
he
it.
is mad at me
Yeah,
forever.
yeah.
Okay. You think I'm a bum?
Yeah.
You think I can't catch touchdowns?
That's
you
awesome.
didn't all year.
Because look, that's a fascinating story to me for 100 reasons. But the part that you said at the very beginning, which is, you know what, this sucks, but we've had. Like that, when that thought popped in your head, that's when you pop the game open. That's crazy to me.
It's respect, man. I didn't think anybody could hang with us. Anyone. I didn't think anyone could hang with our offense. I thought we were the best team that God ever created. And then we bumped into Tampa, who felt the same way.
They had, 4 Hall of Famers on
That's
that
what I'm
defense?
saying. So if this is where it ends to them, and ball in air, we went, wow, here we go.
Sapp, Lynch, Brooks. Was there any other Hall of Famers? Simeon Rice isn't a Hall of Famer.
Barber.
Tiki Barber, or Rondé Barber.
Rondé Barber.
Yeah.
That team was loaded. It was outrageous. Yes.
They got one too.
Yes, they did.
What's on tap today on 710 ESPN? It's all thanks to our friends at Michelob Ultra. It, of course, is Rivalry Week. That means Lakers and Celtics. Coverage begins right here on 710 at 5:30. And, of course, the all-new ESPN LA app. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Factor Cap is coming up next. And Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. And I'm telling you this because, unfortunately, this is true, but I want you to enjoy it. Football season's almost over, guys. We only got 3 football games left. 3 football games left, so it's now or never. Do not miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks. Why? Because Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. Over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. And it's fun and it's super easy to play. You just pick more or less, right? You pick 2 or more players across any sport. You can do all football. You can do basketball. You can do hockey and basketball. You can do football and basketball. Whatever you want. You just pick more on their stat projections, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money. And they're hooking you up with $50 too. When you use the code TRAV when you're signing up for Prize Picks, you get $50 instantly when you play just $5. That's code TRAV, T-R-A-V, on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play that $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50. It is guaranteed. Take advantage of the last 3 football games of the year. Get ready for football, basketball, baseball, hockey, whatever you're into with Prize Picks. Run your game.
LA's.
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Silmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
You know, I want to thank them. You know, without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. You know, little help like you guys asked for. You know, I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Famath and I'm from Silmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. You know, I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, you know, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, InsideCrypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from Almonte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
Despite a citywide blackout, this company is still up and running. That's because CDW deployed and managed a cost-effective Eaton Triplite Series Smart Pro UPS to safeguard equipment easily and reliably. Keep the power on and protect your IT equipment from electrical challenges. Triplite by Eaton and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/triplite.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Hi.
So I'm going to do one more thing before I get the Factor Cap. I'm not necessarily going to besmirch a nominee, but I would rather this other person got snubbed. This person got snubbed. Clarence Macklin for Sing Sing. I have been the #1 Sing Sing fan. I have posted about it every chance I get. Please go watch Sing Sing. It's an amazing movie. This guy, Clarence Macklin, this is his very first role in a movie. He is playing a version of himself. He was previously incarcerated. He helped write the movie in certain parts. He is just a scene stealer. You can't take your eyes off of him. He starts kind of muted, one version of a man, and then totally steals it against a trained actor in Coleman Domingo, who is nominated for Best Actor. I think Clarence Macklin is a revelation in this movie. I hope he gets more and more nominations and roles in the future. I would take out 3-time Oscar nominee Edward Norton, who was playing Pete Seeger in A Complete Unknown. Not that he was bad in A Complete Unknown. I think he was quite good in A Complete Unknown. I think, though, he serves the basic function of a biopic, where you have this person that's like trying to push your lead to this goal that he's supposed to get, plays it pretty generically, not a super memorable performance for me. Clarence Macklin, on the other hand, incredibly memorable.
Have you
So
seen
Clarence
Sing
Macklin.
Sing? No, I thought she meant the jail.
It is. It takes place.
It
in
is about the jail.
Yeah.
Sing Sing.
So it's about a group of incarcerated men that are in this theater group that help them to truly rehabilitate themselves
That's
and
another
learn
game
about
that
themselves.
or another movie that I have not seen.
Jailhouse Rock.
Yeah, I mean, one way of speaking.
But it's about art and
I
it's
wanna
about
see it.
theater,
Yeah.
and it's really, really great. And
Write down
it's
Pope. Write down Pope.
Like the Pope?
Not the Pope, but just Pope. So I'll remember.
Sing Sing is being re-released into theaters this weekend. So if you have a chance to go see it, go see it. All right, so Factor Caps, let's go. If you,
Aloha.
Do you guys have any records? Do you guys have any records that you owned as a for sports?
Yeah, I did it at the time.
Okay, gotcha. So currently
Fastest
right now,
pen against.
Oh, you were the penny.
It was like 7 seconds. Yeah, but go ahead.
So Adrian Brody right now holds the record for the youngest person to ever win an Oscar for Best Actor, and he won it for The Pianist. Right now, Timothée Chalamet, if he does win for his role in A Complete Unknown, he would surpass Adrian Brody as the youngest person to ever win Best Actor. I think it's making Adrian Brody a little testy. I don't think he really likes that Timothée Chalamet could take his record. It's one of the things that you can hold yourself to. So,
It's a selling point, man. You're killing it.
if you have a record, you resent the person that broke it. Travis, Factor Cap.
Be honest.
Cap, I think. I've only had one record in my life. I believe I held the record for most hit batters at Arcadia High School.
That's a good one to have.
I don't know if that record still stands or not.
Yeah.
It may. I don't know. But no, I wouldn't care if somebody broke it. I had it for a while. You know, no, I don't think I'd resent that guy.
Okay, I'll go Cap.
Yeah.
I had the sax record for high school.
Okay.
Tack McGinley broke it. He was
That
a
you
first
still
round
remember
pick.
his name is important.
I'm sorry?
That you still remember his name is important.
But Tack McGinley is like in his 20s. I set that record in the 80s.
Yeah.
So when he broke it, I'm like, good. It's about time.
Yeah.
And I had the sack record for the Rams for DTs.
Oh, okay. And then old 99 showed up.
Blew me away inside of 3 years. Yeah, it's like God.
Turns out he's pretty good. Look, if you're going to lose the record,
That's
lose
what I
it
said.
to Aaron Donald.
And he winked at me when he passed me. I'm like,
Watch
you're
this.
killing me. But I understand where Gastineau was coming from. His record was stolen. You can sell yourself on that.
Well, I get it. If the record got taken from you in what you felt was an illegitimate fashion, that would bother me.
that's
But if
cheap.
somebody just went out there and hit more guys than me, he earned
You're
it.
right.
Jorge?
No, I don't have a record. I didn't have a record. And I wouldn't mind if somebody would pass it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's sure, go ahead.
But
It's
I think you kind of wanted
10
to
years after you leave, not the next
Not-
season.
the next season would suck.
But, you know,
I think you want to be alive for it too, because then everyone talks about you for a week.
You
and
do
like,
get
oh,
another
that guy
run
was so
at it.
great.
You
yeah.
do get another.
I know
You got to pitch inside tomorrow.
My cousin ran for Nogales High School, and his name was up there somewhere.
nice.
And then the track coach, Hernandez, I believe that was his name. He wanted me to run so I can kind of be up to. He's like, "Hey, you're an Aguilar," and I was like, "Yeah, but I don't. Aguilar likes running. I don't."
Yeah, Briones, not so much.
Yeah.
All right, so two quite notable, some might say nepo babies, have been nominated for Oscars this morning with Fernanda Torres. Her mother is Fernanda Montenegro, a Brazilian actress, and then Isabella Rossellini and her mother is Ingrid Bergman. So they both were nominated today, and people are kind of saying, oh, okay, nepo babies, who cares? My statement is, nepo babies getting things doesn't bother you. DeMarco Petricap.
Oh, fact. That's goals. I'm trying to do that now. Absolutely. Yeah, fact. Does not bother me at all. Good for you. Way to go, Mom and Dad.
I second what he said. I don't care. I because I mean, yeah, I it doesn't move me in any way. I get it. You got put to the front of the line. Good for you.
Yeah, I think
you
it would only maybe bother me if I was going for the exact same thing, you know?
Maybe.
Don't blame me. Blame your mom and dad.
Yeah,
then.
yeah. I mean, look, if I were able to nepo baby one of my kids, I would do it. I would hope that they took the ball, picked it up, and ran with it from there. But
Yeah.
look, if I could have got put to the front of the line, I would have taken it.
Yes.
Sure.
Jorge?
No, it doesn't bother me either. I mean, your family's been working at this for a while, and it's gonna make it easier for you to get in. Sure. I mean, think about it. It could be a plumbing company. It could be electrician. It could be anything. You feel me? So, like, hey, if you're
There are nepo babies in every industry.
Yeah,
Now, if I were a plumber in the plumbing company that the Far Plumbing is open.
Yes. Yeah.
And you started it, and it's a thriving plumbing company.
Yes.
And your child took, and I'm a plumber.
turned it over.
I'm a plumber in your business.
Yes.
And I'm making a nice living because you put together a company that works really well. And then you put your offspring in charge, and the thing now sucks.
Oh, yeah, that's a
now
problem.
I'm bummed because it's going to affect me.
That's
but
true.
if you just hand it to him or her because their last name is Far, and you want to have Far running Far Plumbing, whatever.
That's the whole goal.
Yes.
Everyone deserves it on merit, but that doesn't mean that nepo babies can't earn their role as well.
And then the guys talk, oh, well, the only reason he's guys because that's his dad.
That's all right.
You know?
As long as we're winning, we're good.
Yeah,
If
as long as you're
Ronnie
good.
if Ronnie was
exactly.
hitting threes, we'd be like,
I mean,
good.
the
Great.
Rams,
Right.
the Rams coaching staff is made up of people that are dynasties, football families.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that they, like Sean McVay, has
Sean
earned everything he's been
McVay
given.
looks pretty good at what he does.
If I find a hole in the fence at Six Flags, Trent, get in there.
Yeah.
Grace, get in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it didn't bother you that he called it Six Flags, not Magic Mountain? Come on,
No,
man.
Six Flags Magic Mountain, there's a bunch of them.
But
I wasn't talking about that one.
Here's why DeMarco gets a small pass where you do not. You grew up here.
Yeah.
He grew up in the Bay.
Well, mine up there is called Great America.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you call it Great America or Six Flags?
Six Flags.
Great America.
Right. That's why we call it Magic Mountain here.
I'm saying I wouldn't jump the line. Never mind.
All right, so the movie Conclave is about voting for Pope, so we'll remember to bring a Pope for you. Pope dies, they're voting for the next Pope, but it's all about the political process of electing a new Pope. And to me, as a Catholic, raised Catholic, I am always interested. I've always been interested in what happens there because it's all mysterious.
Well, it's really secretive, too.
They're cloistered, and they have the smoke that goes up, and it's always interested me. What goes on there?
What's the good smoke, black or white?
No, the white.
White is the good smoke.
means
White
they
means
chose-
they chose the
They
Pope.
picked one. Yeah.
They chose him.
I think black smoke or red smoke is the other one. So there is a secret institution that you wish you could be a fly on the wall in. Jorge Fatercap.
Okay, so a buddy of mine was telling me something about this. They were walking somewhere. They came to visit here in LA, and they walked by the Scientology building. And they're like, hey, would you like to come in and see what's up? They're like, no, we're good. And they were like, oh, yeah, please, come in. Here, let us, talk for 10 minutes. They're like, no, we're good. So I honestly don't know what these guys are all about, but hey, let's talk for 10 minutes.
I want to be in the Tom Cruise room. I don't want to be in the normal Scientology rooms. I want to be in the Tom Cruise,
exactly.
the Elizabeth
That's
Olsen
where I
rooms,
was headed.
not Olsen, Elizabeth Moss rooms.
Yeah.
I want to be in those ones.
Peggy Olsen, Elizabeth
Yes.
Moss.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
I do the same thing you did.
Because there's also an Elizabeth Olsen who
I
is
know.
an Olsen twin. Not twin. Travis?
Yeah. So to use Jorge's thing, like if you're trying to recruit me to the thing, hard pass. But I want to go to the place where you won't let me in, right? Where they are actively trying to keep me away from some things. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is just the only one I know by name. Like if you could let me into the innermost circle of the CIA or any of these like government agencies,
Go fly on the wall.
of like whether it's the Chinese CIA or the Russian CIA or
Yeah.
the British CIA or whatever it is, and really know what's up, I'd like that a lot. I think that would
You'd
be
like to know?
I'd like. I think so. Maybe once I found out what's going on,
May
I'd be
alter
like,
your life.
"Can you give me?" I'd want the Men in Black raid. Like, erase
See?
this from my
Yeah,
memory.
Yeah. Wow.
Marco?
Fact, Area 51. Like to
That's
hang-
what I mean. Yeah.
Like to hang
Oh,
around in
yeah.
there, see what's going on in there.
Yeah.
some
Well,
other
there is a
stuff.
great movie called National Treasure 2 Book of Secrets.
Oh, there you go.
In which they share the secrets
Stop.
of the world in the presidential book. Okay.
There's
Anyway.
one I want to say, but I'm not gonna say.
Tell me at the break.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, right. Yeah, I want to know what's going on in there.
Yeah.
In there, in that
Yeah.
group, that there.
Like when they have that meeting where there are 4 people in the room at CIA. I want
Yes.
to know what's up. I want or do I not?
Well, like I have several friends who have different levels of security clearances because they work in DC and they work for the government in DC, and it's like they have like the lowest level of
Yeah.
security
Oh.
clearance. But it's like I want to know the people that are like tippity top secret.
I want
stuff.
the stuff that even like maybe the president doesn't.
But I don't
know.
want to know that stuff. Yeah, like the
You
real
might be
stuff.
right.
I don't want to know that stuff.
You might be right.
Yeah.
All right, one more thing for you guys.
You're gonna tell me the moon landing wasn't real. See, I don't want to know that stuff.
But wouldn't it be fun to
I
know?
know. I based my whole life on it. Come
The
on.
flag is waving, man.
Why are there 2 shadows?
Hey, man. See, wait a minute.
Who lit this?
Yeah. Stanley Kubrick, if you ask a certain group of people.
Hey.
Yeah.
One more thing for you guys. So, another movie that was nominated, I believe, 10 times was The Brutalist. It takes place in the turn of the century, and it's about an immigrant from Hungary comes in and is a brilliant architect and has kind of like his American dream, in quotations, go up and down. It's basically the story of that. But it's about architecture. And I saw someone talking about this and about being starstruck by architecture. Be like, oh, I'm seeing the Statue of Liberty. I'm seeing the, Eiffel Tower. So there is a piece of architecture that you have on your bucket list to see.
Oh.
Travis Fettercap.
To see?
Yeah, like to be present for and be in the...
Yes. Fact. I have not traveled internationally a ton. I would love to see the Eiffel Tower. I would love to see the Great Wall of China. I would love to see the Pyramids of Giza. Like things like this, Machu Picchu, right? Things that would just blow your mind. Like, how did they do that, right? All of those things. And I've experienced what you talked about. I went to Moscow one summer and walked into Red Square, and there's the Kremlin over
that
here.
shot. Yeah.
And then there's St. Basil's Cathedral, which is in the middle with the one with the spires.
Yeah.
It's like felt like you were in a movie.
That
it's
shot,
like that is
yeah.
nuts. It was just such a cool thing to see. So I'm sure that feeling could be replicated over and over again.
Oh my God. Yeah, I've seen the Eiffel Tower. I want to see the Leaning Tower of Pisa, just because.
Oh yeah,
heard about it my whole life.
Sure.
Right.
Would you do the picture where you're holding it?
Of course, I do all the dumb stuff. Yeah, I
Well,
do
you hear
all
what
that,
BK said not to go because it's just there's nothing.
But I want to see it. Somebody said that, but I just want to go see it. Yeah. And there's the one thing in Brazil, I can't name it. It's the big...
the
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Redeemer statue.
The Redeemer
That's it.
statue.
Yeah.
It's in every shot. I want to go see what that looks like up close.
Yeah, that's a good
It
one.
might be like the Hollywood sign. You know what I mean?
Well,
You know?
I get it, but if you grew up in, let's say, Brazil,
You see it every day.
and you see it,
Yeah.
you'd be like, okay, whatever. But if you came to LA, you're like, where's the Hollywood sign? I want to see it. And you're like, oh.
And the thing is, with the like the Hollywood sign, you get a beautiful view of the city that you're in as well.
I want to see that. Yeah.
Jorge.
Yeah, the pyramids. They're in Mexico. The pyramids of Teotihuacan. There's snake heads at the bottom of this. I think it's the one in Mexico, but there's a snake head at the bottom of this pyramid.
Yeah.
And on certain times when the sun aligns with it, the shadow creates the rest of the snake.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the way they design these things and just those pyramids in Mexico, like I that's one of those
I
things
would
I've
like
always
to see
wanted
the
to see.
pyramids in Egypt and
Yeah.
also like in Petra, the Wonders of the World. Yeah.
I'd like to see how you get sharks in the Roman Colosseum.
Well, you don't. By the way,
Buckets.
Denzel.
you catch one, you put it in the back of the wagon, you drag it into the Coliseum.
Is that how it's done?
They had fishing poles back then, right?
But they didn't have the ability to move all that water into there.
They had water to drink. They had some sort of apparatus to contain water.
Because it was in the rivers that were in the place.
But they didn't go down to the river every day to take a sip of water. They would bucket it up and move it.
I'm sure those was saltwater sharks.
And by the way,
I'm just look. Listen, I'm not a zoologist. I don't know what exactly. Just saying. I figured.
Yes.
And Denzel got snubbed. He was not nominated.
He was not. Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Is you saw it, right? What we were talking about? What'd you think of his role?
Oh yeah, remember I was excited.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you guys, he was
okay.
he was really good in it.
Yeah,
I liked his role in it. Yeah.
Didn't move me as much. What?
Pope.
Oh, Pope.
Now or later?
No, now's fine. Are you a fan of like Mickey Rourke movies back in the day?
I'm not like a Mickey Rourke. Anything he does, I'll see. But there's things that Mickey Rourke's been in that I've liked.
Before he kind of took the left on us when he was first coming up. This is like around Angel Heart type.
Yeah.
Okay. There's
That
a movie
movie's
called
a trip, by the way.
Big Time.
Yeah.
My God, have you seen that yet? The
Angel Heart?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. When you see it, do you think she'll like it?
No.
It was groundbreaking.
It
for
was.
our time.
It's super trippy.
It shook the world.
Yeah.
It ruined a career. Lisa Bonet.
Yeah, it did.
Bill Cosby told her not to do the movie.
Yeah, well, Bill Cosby's got other stuff.
But there's a movie called The Pope of Greenwich Village, and this is what you might like. Her name is, oh my God, Geraldine Page. Is that her name? Yes, she's an actress.
Name sounds familiar.
Yeah, she's been around. I don't think she's with us anymore. This is way back in the 80s. But she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress, and she only had 2 scenes. Like her total screen time in the movie was like 8 minutes.
I mean, that's like Isabella Rossellini in Conclave. She has like 3 lines basically, and she got nominated for it, which isn't disqualifying. And I think Isabella Rossellini is great in it. I just think that other people could have been nominated.
Until they fix that Jennifer Connelly's at Oscar retroactively for Top Gun, I'm not paying attention to anything they do. Factor Cap is brought to you by the law offices
Susan know
of
this?
Oh, she's well aware. Every time she's like, "You watched it again?"
Oh my God.
Why not?
Wow, that's funny.
You have many choices in your legal team, but family always comes first. Call 213-747-2000.
Again?
That, of course, is the law office of Joseph S. Normand. 213-747-2000 and normandlegal.com. Yes, again. Yeah, Penny, let's go. I mean, she's got a Porsche. She's got a bar.
Oh, she's happy.
Pretty good looking.
All right.
Seems like she's kind of chill.
Again,
Seems like she's kind of got
Travis.
it figured out. We're
my
talking
God.
Pat Mahomes next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland today at 1 after Travis and DeMarco.
I gotta say, I think a very successful season for the Rams.
What you want if you're a season ticket holder like you are.
Management. Even though storage needs are constantly changing, companies are only paying for what they need now. That's because CDW customized a Pure Storage Evergreen One SLA-driven storage-as-a-service solution that delivers enterprise-grade hybrid cloud storage that is effortless, efficient, and evergreen. Simplify storage administration with Pure Storage and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/purestorage.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
I'm now fully up to speed on all of my Geraldine Page trivia. Ms. Page checked out in 1987, so she's been gone for a while. And she and I share a birthday.
That movie was 84 then, so wow.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why the performance. And she was playing someone who was a mom who had lost everyone.
Oh.
Like everyone in her family was. Yeah.
You said Paulie was the mob boss?
Paulie, yes. Burt Young.
Yeah.
Rocky's brother plays a mob boss.
I don't sweat you.
Bedbug Eddie Grant, and he's Bedbug Eddie, right?
Good
terrifying.
name.
Oh my God.
This is in Pope of Greenwich Village.
The Pope of Greenwich Village. One of my favorite movies ever.
My favorite Paulie line is, I don't sweat you.
Yeah, right before he gets knocked out.
I love that. You know, Paulie was great at, or Burt, I should say Burt Young, not Paulie. He was good in The Sopranos. He was in one.
He played the hitman that came out of retirement.
With the emphysema, and when he tried to kill that guy, and he nearly killed himself in the process.
That was Bobby Bacala's dad.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember. Yes, that was a great scene. Yes.
Join Beto Duran and the 710 team on Saturday, February 1st at Cosm, Los Angeles for the Michelob Ultra official Lakers watch party. Beto will be broadcasting for pre, post, and half. You can take photos with the championship trophy, and Beto, you can watch the Lakers and the Knicks and feel like you're at MSG with Cosm's immersive technology. Purchase tickets at Cosm.com or the Cosm app. I'm going to speak on Beto's behalf. Beto will take pictures with you.
And Beto, yes, I like that. Oh, let me rope you into this movie I've been crowing about. Yeah. Daryl Hannah's in it, and it's 1984.
Oh, that's like peak splash Daryl Hannah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sold. Really.
Yes.
Look, I'm not hard to figure out.
Right.
I'm not hard to figure out. I want interesting, but I don't need like super, super dense.
Keep going.
And something to look at.
Short runtime.
Sure. If it's less than 2 hours, we're in. I'll give you 2:10 or 15 if it's extraordinary.
121 minutes.
Perfect.
Can you handle that?
Yeah.
This is your movie.
That's 2 hours and 1 minute.
I would bet my house you'll love this movie.
Where's it streaming? Does it say?
Prime. You got Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Check it out. You'll love it.
Pope of Greenwich Village.
Pope of Greenwich Village.
Okay. It's a 6.6 stars with a 58 meta score.
I don't care about that. Like
What's the meta score?
I don't know.
The Metacritic score of like critics' belief.
Which
out
number
of
do you
100.
look at? The Rotten Tomatoes or the Metascore?
I look at Metascore. Rotten Tomatoes is audience and critics. I look mostly at critics.
Are you a recommendation guy? Like if somebody you are.
I do.
Does it matter who is giving you the rec?
No.
Or if somebody that you don't know says, I really liked this, you want to see
That's
it.
how I got to Rodolfo talking about the movie she hates so much. We get there was a movie called Bullhead.
Don't know it.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Bullhead. It came from a movie called The Drop with Tom Hardy.
Okay.
Great. Gandolfini's last movie.
Oh.
One of his last movies.
Okay.
He's great in it. And there's a character in it that has a movie. He's from Sweden.
Okay.
And he's a star there. And this is his movie. I said, watch this. If you watch Bullhead, you'll come in tomorrow looking sick.
Really?
Yeah. It's weird. It's a weird movie. Yeah.
I am not a huge rec guy unless you've earned it. Like you and I have talked about movies enough that if you and I like a lot of the same movies.
Yeah.
So if you said to me, I think you'll like this, I'd trust. Emily knows me well enough to know what I like and don't like, but there are other people who I like them, but like their tastes are like just because. Almost if you like it, I know I won't like it.
I'll say this, and this is funny. This is only since the team has come back, since I came back to LA. Anybody who's behind any sort, and this is going to sound like I'm crowing, but it's the truth. Anytime you see Rams content, anybody behind the camera is basically a director in training.
You can tell by looking at it.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
You can tell by looking at it.
And they're all young.
Yeah.
They all have opinions, and they all do movie recs.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
When you watch their stuff on socials, it does not look like other team stuff.
Yes, and there's a bunch of them, and they're all good. So they're from all over the place, and they have great movie recommendations.
And I also think there's a difference of people coming in as someone who desires or wants to be a critic, people who want and desire to be a director or cinematographer. Like Jorge will see different things in movies than I will because he cares a lot about filming and cinematography,
camera work, and all that.
Maybe as like number one, and when I'm watching a movie, I tend to look more for plot and critical analysis.
Yeah.
Rather than that. So it just depends on what you want out of a movie.
Yeah.
Jennifer Connelly and airplanes. We've been over this.
Transitions.
It's just the facial.
Just
give me what I want. You are basically Don Simpson.
Yeah.
Just give me what I want.
You know what? Don made a lot of movies that I liked.
I love it. Yes,
Don
sir.
made a lot of movies that I liked. We got our NFL picks against the spread coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. You know what else I like?
What do you like?
Rotolo Chevrolet.
Oh, yes.
Because Rotolo Chevrolet has taken care of me for a long time, and they're taking care of a lot of you. I know a lot of friends that have gone to Rotolo Chevrolet, and I know a lot of you have gone out there as well. So if you've been thinking about a Silverado, a new Chevy car or truck, get yourself to Rotolo Chevrolet and see for yourself what all the fun's about. See why Mike Capozio is dancing on TV. See why I'm so excited to talk to you about them every single day, because I am certain that they're going to take great care of you. You're going to feel confident in what it is that you are buying at Rotolo Chevrolet. Transparent, courteous, upfront. That's what they do day after day after day, and that's why they've won Dealer of the Year every year for more than a decade. Right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. You can't miss it. Rotolo Chevrolet right there. They got all of the Chevy Silverados. They got all the Chevy cars and trucks. And if Fontana is not in your neck of the woods, that's okay. Go online, rotolochevy.com. ROTOLO. rotolochevy.com. And whether you go in or go online, either way, make sure they know that Travis sent you.
The LA